Yo, YouTube, what's up? This is next video from my previous video of the THCA isolate. This is what I'm calling this because it looks a lot different than the diamonds or crystalline I've made before. But basically, it's the same thing. It's pure THCA. A buddy of mine sent me a picture of this shit like that looked really white. And if you would have pulled this at 48 hours, it would have looked really white. But for scientifical reasons, no, just joking. But yeah, for science, I was like, I'll leave it for a couple extra weeks. I left it for extra 15 days just to see what would happen if anything would form or anything like that. But basically, there was no structure change or nothing at all. It just like tinted it yellow, kind of. But yeah, this forms in 48 hours because I use a cold filter extraction and remove 100% of the waxes and fats. And once that's done, it's just oil and a solid. The nucleation process has already happened because if you use the solvent that's used, if you use a high concentration of it, like a high volume of it, the solvent actually individually separates all of the molecules of the concentrate and surround it. So basically, nucleation's already happened. So, and then once you filter all the impurities, put it into another jar. Within an hour, you'll see formation. But like from you seen in my other video, 12 hours. The 12 hours and 36-hour formations, basically 48 hours, all this was formed. Happens really, really quick once you get all the wax and fats out. And then there's a million ways to make this. Like you can make it. This is in the freezer with a lot of solution with no pressure, right? And then there's in the freezer with a lot of solution with pressure, in oil texture. Then you can do it like in a pressure pot with low and oil honey texture with heat and pressure, 15 psi, 5 psi, whatever. There's a million ways to make this, and that's how you get the different shapes: crystalline, diamonds, whatever. I like just isolate because isolate's easy to get the terp sauce off, and that's the main thing you want to have. If you're gonna go through this, you might as well get the good separation, or just smoke really, really good filtered shatter. Yeah. But as you've seen the terp sauce there that we were just looking at a minute ago, the THCA has absolutely no smell. Maybe just a hint of smell because it's got a little yellow tinge to it because it sat so long. But the oil is just kicking the pants. Perfume, wow, just really, really pungent, really strong. And it's a nice smell too. Like even if I wasn't into smoking weed, I'd be like that. It's a nice smell. It's just really strong when you put your nose right up to the jar. But you can most definitely tell that it's like terps and all that good stuff that people like to jit jazz and talk about. And it most definitely makes a difference when if you smoke just the THCA, you smoke a little bit of it, and it's like you had a coffee. You're all up and at 'em. You smoke a lot of it, just the THCA, and you're kind of turbo messed up, sweating and all kind of messed up. But then if you throw the terp sauce in there, it kind of mellows it out more and kind of works together to give you different medication feeling, if that makes sense. And it's really nice to not have that heavy feeling on the lungs from the wax and fats that you get from like a rosin. I normally throughout the year just smoke rosin. I had one of my buddies ask me, can you tell me how to make this stuff? So that's kind of why I did this. But yeah, if I want to go and smoke 2 or 3 dabs of rosin or a really big one, to get a nice touch, it's kind of a fucking pain on the lungs. I don't like it at all. So this is nice of a treat to not have any feeling on the lungs when you're smoking a big bit of a medication. Super smooth, so you can take a really big blast and you don't have to be afraid to hold it in for more than a fucking half a second. I like to hold it in for about 30 seconds. I won't even blow it out because I don't want the video to go too long.